Aren't you supposed to be in the test chamber hopping at one?
By 1997, after an entire year spent in development, Valve decides that Half-Life is missing the mark and gives the game a complete redesign.
You know, we really believed that the right thing to do was to focus on building something that's really good, in spite of the fact that it was going to cost us a lot of time and cost us a lot of money. And also, it's just very stressful to have been working, you know, at that point for a year and say, okay, well, we haven't really gotten as close as we would have hoped by now to the thing that we were wanting to create.
The decision has an unexpected effect on the team.
So rather than demoralizing everybody, we were dealing with our situation honestly, that we were admitting that things weren't up to par yet, and that they were really glad to see our commitment to building a really good game. Surprisingly, I think that morale actually got better.
To get Half-Life done right, Valve adopts a unique approach to game development.
So as we design the games here at Valve, a lot of the design teams tend to break off into subgroups known as cabals.
Which was a more collaborative process, sort of allowed people to participate in an additive way without having to be hypercritical or argumentative. It was most productive working through all the details of building a game design.
And that was enormously successful. What we ended up doing was build cabals around different pieces of functionality, like Half-Life Multiplayer had its own cabal towards the end.
It doesn't take long to get Half-Life back on track.
One of the most important things about Half-Life is that we kept a really immersive first-person experience, and we never broke it. We had talked about going away to a third-person camera at times, and we decided that was a bad idea, that we wanted to keep the pressure on for the whole time, so that you're in this character and these things are happening to you, and we don't let the pressure up.
In creating the character of Gordon Freeman, we wanted to do someone who was quite a bit apart from the typical action game hero. We wanted to do a character who was really transparent and everyman, not your typical action hero.
We decided that we wanted to do something that hadn't really been done in a first-person shooter.
Gordon, you're alive. Thank God for that hazard suit.
And have these characters that were allies that made it more fun to move through the game with.
Lead the way.
We'd done the scientists and Barney who would talk to you,
Let's get the hell out of here.
follow you, and they had some behavior. They would reveal bits of the story as you went through the levels.
Don't count on cavalry finding us down here. Head for the surface.
You know, we were really excited at that point that we had made, you know, a character whose mouth could move while they were playing.
Destroy the damned thing before it grows any larger. Stop!
That ended up being a really good assumption to make. People talked a lot about how much they loved Barney and would drag several Barneys through the game with them and really protect them and not let them get killed.
The different thing that Valve did with AI was really just the amount of attention we pay to it.
Soon, the gaming world starts paying attention to this new first-person shooter.
In 1997, when we went to our first E3, we were off the main hall. Initially, people weren't very aware of us, and then the word of mouth started to pick up. Gotten a lot of support and ended up winning, you know, the best action game of the show.
Valve finally releases Half-Life in November 1998, and it takes the industry by storm.
It was more than just a video game. It actually was almost like a movie in the way that it played out.
Open the silo door! They're coming for us! It's our only way out!
Valve was able to do something that had never really been done before with a video game.
It mixed science fiction and horror in this really boiled down, intense way.
We weren't really expecting anything like the kind of response we got after it was released.
Half-Life is named Game of the Year by 50 different publications. It makes $22 million in sales in its first year and will go on to sell 8 million copies worldwide, bringing in more than $100 million. 2 best-selling expansion packs are also released for the game. A large part of Half-Life's success is also due to user-created modifications, such as Counter-Strike.
The mod phenomenon with Half-Life was a major boon to the entire PC industry. The mod community kept Half-Life at the top of the sales charts for years.
No! Get it off me! Get it up!
I was really interested in the whole theme of military warfare and terrorism and counter-terrorist units. To me, that just made sense to make a game out of that.
As Counter-Strike got more and more popular, by about the 4th or 5th beta, we had surpassed Valve's games in terms of player numbers.
Counter-Strike will go on to become the most played online game in America. Meanwhile, plans for Half-Life 2 start up right away.
Rise and shine, Mr. Rise and shine.